Are you always struggling to find ideas to post on social media? Well, I also have that issue. And yes, you could probably use something like Hootsuite that schedules posts, but that's all it's going to do. What I actually need is actual ideas to make posts on my social media accounts. With this system that's called Predis, it'll generate images with colors, captions, hashtags, and all AI based. So let me show you this deal right now. Predis is going to help us generate content the easy way. We're not going to have to break our head to find out what to post. One of my favorite features is when you tie it to your store. So if you tie it to Shopify, WooCommerce, or other stores, it'll grab the images and it'll create posts based on that with their AI generation caption, hashtags, and images. So it's a pretty cool feature. And another one that I like is the holiday posting. Why do I like this? Because it's going to tell me when a holiday is coming and it's going to make the image based on that. And the second feature about holiday that I like is that you can select the country. So I could say, you know what, I have a lot of fans from India and I want to congratulate them on a holiday. Well, it'll tell me when the holiday is going to come and make the post for me, including the caption and hashtags. So enough talk about that. Let's jump into the actual dashboard. I've generated some images already and I've posted some already. Now, one of the things that I like is, for example, you know what, I'm not into coffee or chocolate or anything like that. But I just grabbed the Shopify store, I inputted it, and it grabbed the images and it generated these images for me with the captions automatically. It was super easy. Now, once you connect your accounts, everything's going to be a breeze. Now let's go into, for example, the e-commerce media. That's where I want to get started with this because that's what I like. So for example, in my case, I connected a Shopify store. All you have to do is add the link to the Shopify store and it'll grab all the images from that store. Now, I grabbed this really nice store that sells chocolate just for this demo purposes, and automatically, boom, it just grabbed all the images right here. And I can grab an images like, I don't know, like this chocolate one, and I want to create a post about this. It has a background removal automatically, but it still needs some work. I'm going to disable this, so I keep the images as it is, and I can choose the type of post that I want. For example, is it going to be a promotional post, educational, behind the scenes? I don't think it's kind of that kind of post. A contest, no. A poll, surprise me, I'll add that one. And it's going to generate 3 posts based on what I've selected. And there's more information here to grab. But let's just generate these 3 posts. So as of now, I just selected that chocolate and I'm not writing anything. It's going to generate it for me. It's going to take a few seconds to generate it for me. So let's wait a bit. There we go. It just generated 3 posts. Now you're gonna see that there's some blue in this, and that's because I've set my branding to blue. If not, it would kind of grab what's found there on the website. Or if I select that branding color, like kind of skin color, brown, and that kind of colors, it'll give me something like that. But just like that, it generated these 3 automatically. Let's just say that I like this one. I'll go ahead and select it. And we're gonna see that we're able to edit all of this. It's a basic editor where I select elements and I can change the colors for this. For example, if I select this, I can go something a little bit more, I don't know, like brownish in this case, but I'm not gonna go into detail with that. But I can change this. Or if I want to change the type of post distribution, I can also do it. In this case, I just selected this shoe, but since this is not a cutout image, well, it's not going to look as good. Plus, it's still keeping my branding color. That's something that you have to consider. But if I like this, I mean, I could change this, etc., and all of that, remove logo, make it bigger, move it around. I won't go into details with that. Let's go into captions. These captions are generated automatically. Now, it already says it's a chocolate and it knows it's a chocolate and it wrote this for me. But what if I want to write something else? Like, you know what, let's just make it a little bit more funny, all right? So generate a caption for me that's a little bit more funny. And it generated for me. If I like that, I can choose it. What about witty? Generate more, and it'll write it for me. For example, if I like this one, I can go ahead and select that caption. Then I'll go into hashtags. There we go. Now we have the hashtags here, and the hashtags are based on the caption and the image. So for example, I can just select these, and it's going to add them on the right. I can select the ones that go in hand with what my product is about, or feature, or system, or whatever I want to promote. Well, I choose those tags that fit my need. And then I can go into suggestions. Once I'm done, I can check it out. So in this case, it says I nailed it in some of the sections. So for example, the posting hour is, the one they recommend is 3 p.m. Day of the week, ideally Wednesday. Length of caption, good. But then it says I need some improvement. They suggest that I should add 29 hashtags. That depends on you if you want to add those hashtags. And then creative appeal. Only 46% of your audience will find this appealing. Why is it saying that? Well, because the accounts that I have connected is my SaaS master account. It's about software. It's about deals, SaaS, WordPress, etc. So it's saying that it's not going to be appealing for my type of niche, all right? And what if I want to schedule this? Let's go into creatives, save this. I can download it also and upload it on my own. But in this case, I'll review and schedule, and I can see that it's going to schedule it, and it's going to look this way in certain social media accounts. So in this case, I've already connected Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and it's giving me how it's going to look there, okay? If I want to schedule it, I can go select the date here, for example, tomorrow, and the time, and I can schedule it. In this case, I'm not going to schedule it because I don't want to schedule about chocolates on my site. But just like that, it generated those images for me. Now, I've created already images here. For example, this one that's about an Indian holiday, and it did it automatically for me. There's also this one where there's a quote, and these are super easy to generate. Now, I'll show you how to generate these now. So right now, I'm in the content library section, and if I go into create a post, this is where I'm going to generate my post. So as of now, these are the type of posts that are available. There's the business post, the special day post. This is like the second feature that I like about it. The quotes post and the e-com post. Let me show you the special day post. Let's go next. In this case, for example, it's detected that the country is United States. So what's coming next this month? Well, Labor Day and first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. So that's for the next month. That's what's coming. I can select this and it's going to generate the image for me based on that. Now, the second feature that I like inside of this is that I can select the country. Like I mentioned before, I mean, I'm not in India. I don't know what their holiday is, but I do know that I have a lot of fans from there and I want to congratulate them on a holiday. So right now it's saying that the 31st of August, this is the holiday, which I already scheduled that post to post on the 30th of this month. So it schedules the 31st on their day, okay? But what else can I do? For example, if it's Canada, what's going on in Canada? What's going on in Spain? And just like that. These are the ones that are available right now, and you can select from these. So nothing's going on recently with those. But there you go. What about if it's Labor Day? Let's go next. I can choose from my brand palette, like the colors that I've selected, or the AI suggested palette. Let's go ahead and select that. There we go. It's generating. So let's give it a few seconds. So now it has the post ready. It's a nice looking post for Happy Labor Day. And it already wrote the caption for me. Now, if I don't want to take a lot of time writing this post about the caption, about Labor Day, maybe I don't know about Labor Day, like what happened with the India post that I made, and I'll show you that in a bit. It wrote the caption for me, but I don't know nothing about that holiday, but it wrote it for me. So in this case, this is a template for it. I can choose another one if I like, but that one looks really nice. The caption for this, so this is the one it wrote. What if I want to write something funny for Labor Day? Well, I'll select that one there, or I can select formal. And I can select one of these if I like. If I like that one, I'll keep it. Again, add hashtags, suggestions, etc. and schedule it for post on Labor Day. Now, the one that I've told you right now is this India post, which I already scheduled. Here we go. I'll select it, the caption for this. And this is the caption it wrote for me. Like I said, I don't have ideas of what that holiday is about, but this just wrote it for me, and it makes it look interesting. So it makes me more interesting and appealing to those fans because I wrote something for them that it's appealing. And this helped me out, Predis. And other things that I've wrote is like, for example, this one. Well, I didn't write it. It wrote the caption for me, but that's in the create post. So if I want to create a business post, I'll select that one. It'll give me a lot of examples. Same thing goes with the quote post, which I already posted here on this SaaS Master post right there. It's already posted. It posted it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram automatically for me with the schedule I made. A second method to generate posts, it's this one, Carousel, which is super useful. And as of this video, they have Carousel for these two type of posts, business post and e-com post. So for example, if I wanted to create one for business post, I'll go next. And it'll ask me if I want to add this information. For example, how do you describe yourself, your business, etc. And this was added in the beginning, but I can add more to this and I can change this. Or I can use create from idea. So if you have an overall idea of a paragraph or a title, well, you can grab that there and put it in here. For example, okay, I'll add this one from a title that I've made a video, which is from be profit, and the input language, English. If I had another one, I would select it here, and the output language, so it does a translation to it. That's pretty cool. But in this case, I'll keep it English, English, and I'll go next. Now, choose the style of the post, so I can select here the styles that I want. I'll keep it as it is, my brand palette, or I can use AI suggested. I can go casual, I can go funny, formal, witty, etc. Just select what you want and go next. Now it's gonna create this post right here. Now, from the input that I've done, it's going to auto write the caption, and we're gonna see that here. So it already wrote the caption for this. Now, I didn't write this, it did it for me, and it's working on the images for this. Now with Carousel, it's gonna do various images. So let's wait for that to load. There we go. It just created it, and I can edit this also in the Carousel. So, but if I don't want to, I can view it here. So the Carousel will give me several images based on what I've selected. So it's pretty cool that we have this. And right now it's available for the e-com post and the business post. And that's for the post and the content generation. There's a content library that I can go ahead and check them out. There's a content calendar that I can go ahead and see my scheduled post. So this one was the day, but if I go to month, I can view this one that I just scheduled, and it should be, no, it was right, the 30th, because my 30th is 31 for them, and that's where it's going to post for me, all right? There's the e-commerce media that it grabbed from, for example, Shopify, WooCommerce, other e-commerce stores, but you have to add those there. There's a competitor analysis system that lets me know what the competitors are actually doing. In this case, I just added some random ones. It's Cloudflare, Hostinger, and AppSumo just for testing purposes. And it's going to tell me their followers, their total posts for the date range that I've selected right now, the average likes, and all that information. And I can find out what they are actually posting about. For example, it was kind of interesting because I saw Cloudflare and I said, sports? Why sports? And I click on it, and they just had an event where they had a sports. But it was kind of interesting for me to find out why was sports there. And I can see what they've posted on these type of niches, for example, business and all those, travel. What does travel have to do? Well, they had an event where they were traveling, and it helps me with that competitor analysis. Content distribution pattern, the engagement, the content distribution patterns for post type engagement, and all that good stuff. Content themes that they've been working on. I can view all that information and use it to my benefit. Hashtag analysis for this particular company. So if the company is similar, if it's actual competitor, well, I might have to analyze why they are using these hashtags, and I'll implement them myself. Post performance, you can view their post performance also here, all that there. We can also select other companies. I don't know, it's like Hostinger that has to do with something else. I can view their competitor analysis and look at all of that. Now let's go into manage workspace, because if you buy this, you're interested in knowing this. For example, there's the brand details. Primary color, accent, font color, font type, I can select it here, the brand social handle, etc. All of that is here. So when you generate a post, it generates it based on these type of colors. Like I said before, if this was about the chocolate company, which is not mine, I was just using it for demo purposes, obviously I would choose colors that have to do with this, like this kind of skin color and dark brown color. So it generates the post based on that. The logo for the light background and the logo for the dark background. The integrations to connect your sites. And like I mentioned before, Shopify was super easy to connect. All I had to do was add the link, and it grabbed everything. It was super fast. On WooCommerce, I would have to read the instructions to export on WooCommerce and import it here. Again, this goes also for other e-commerce stores where I download the example so I can fill out the CSV with this, and it uploads that information. And then there's the templates that we can view right here. If we want to use these, I can add it to prefer. So if I find templates that I like already and I don't want it to kind of go figure out what I like, I'll choose the ones that I prefer, so it starts using those. That way it makes it easier for the AI to detect it and add the images that we need. So basically that is Predis.ai. This is your dashboard, and this is where your goals are going to be. You can set it and you're good to go. You're going to view all your activity here so you can start working with your Predis. But that is Predis. If you want to check it out, the link will be provided in the description. And that's a wrap.